Yo, what is up, guys? Today's August 21st, I hope. It might be the 20th, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 21st. I'm making this video kind of just off the cuff here because I just got done making lunch for myself, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about blockchains. And I'm always thinking about crypto, but I've been thinking about blockchains as a technology. I've been thinking about blockchains as communities. I've been thinking about blockchains as social governance and social order. And the reason I've been having these thoughts and they've been flowing around my head, I'm not quite ready to discuss exactly why, but I do think that my thinking in this space is constantly evolving. I'm constantly learning new things. I'm constantly trying to understand the technology, learn about new projects. I go back to history. I look at, the history of money, the history of technology, the history of cryptography, all these different things, to try to figure out how I think things are going to play out. And the reason why one would want to know how things are going to play out rather than just be a participant is that, one, from a business perspective, you get to position yourself to optimize in terms of profit. From an investor's perspective, you also get to, you bet on the chains or the cryptos or the assets, whatever you want to call them. I like to call them crypto assets or cyber coins. But if you pick the ones that are winners, you stand to make good profit there as well. And I've been thinking a lot about game theory, and I've been thinking a lot about human behavior and human psychology. And as I've been thinking about these things, one thing that I think I've started to sort of believe, or at least envision, in terms of how, for so long I have seen different chains as being adversarial to one another. I'm just going to sort of jump into it. And what I mean by that is that, if Bitcoin's going to win, then Ethereum's not going to win. Or if Steemit's going to win, then EOS can't win, or Ono, or whatever, all these different chains, all these different projects that are being developed. And I think that I have now reached a point in understanding and philosophy and in my thinking in this space about how different chains are going to exist for different purposes. This makes sense. If you view blockchains as communities, if you view blockchains as social governance, people are going to choose to put their trust or put their ideals and their philosophy aligned with different blockchains. So, good example, I think, easy one for people to understand, is the debate, or the debate, if that's what you want to call it, sort of the difference of opinions and actual actions between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. We all know that, maybe not all of us, but we know that sometime after July 2015, when Ethereum first, was introduced as a blockchain, the belief was for, the original people who were getting in the project was that it was going to be a decentralized, immutable, code is law, quote unquote, blockchain. And to that end, it was supposed to be immutable. And events occurred surrounding the DAO, the infamous DAO hack, and Ethereum had to make a very tough decision at that time. And there was a differencing of philosophies and opinions and what was the best way to move forward with the project. And I'm not going to weigh in on how I view those two chains now, but what I will say is that there's a very clear difference between the Ethereum chain, which sort of made this decision that this is a baby chain, a very baby project, and we have to sort of keep this community strong and keep faith within the community and this chain. And so they decided to fork, or there was a hard fork, in order to roll back some things that had already been encoded on the blockchain. So they basically reversed time on the blockchain. And then there was another group of people who who stayed on the old chain, and they said, code is law. This is an immutable thing, and yeah, the DAO hack is a terrible thing, but we got to stay true to the philosophy, right? And so, even just in that example, you can sort of see how different people are going to gravitate towards different philosophies that align with the way they view the world and their incentives. I've been thinking a lot about this recently, and I hope to one day share with you all why this has been something that's very critical in my mind as of recent. But as for now, I just wanted to share these thoughts because I always try to keep the vlog real and updated and as, you know, as transparent in my life as I can be. And I love sharing with you guys, and so I wanted to tell you what it's been heavy on my mind. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace.